Hello, welcome to Gabby's Wine Quest Journal number 1. I like to share with you 3 things I enjoyed the most about my volunteer experience. First, I really admire the leadership displayed amongst the organizers. Dorian, for one, she did a really good job making sure everything flowed according to plan. You could see her running around with a case of wine in her arms while giving out orders. Meanwhile, there are 3 other volunteers standing in line and waiting to speak to her. I wonder how she keeps it up, because I always give up a couple of times. When the sun was really beating down on us, all I could ever think of was to sneak away and grab a cup of iced tea. But watching Dorian and the others stopped me from doing that. I said to myself, there's no excuse. I mean, what right do I have to bail out while others who are under the same condition as me are working twice as hard? So my flakiness gradually disappeared. It was very educational. The second thing I really enjoyed about the event was Matt Kramer's furious rant against viticultural scientists. I mean, for the record, this guy stayed pretty calm and proper for the first half of the panel. But as soon as Alex Maltman, an earth science professor, ended his presentation questioning the minerality that exists in wine, Matt just went all out. He was like, "You scientists knew nothing about wine. You claim that if something can't be measured, it does not exist. Well, that's bullcrap. You can't measure love. Does that not exist? You murderers of romance. So long as I stand, I will not tolerate you bullying the world with your idiotic dogma." And I'm not exaggerating. So while he was going at it, I kind of just slowly turned my head to this guy sitting next to me, who happened to be one of my instructors at Niagara College, Peter Rotner. And we just exchanged this mutual look that says, wow, I can't believe he's that serious. This guy is losing his mineral. So the next time when you see Matt Kramer, make sure you tell him that you believe in love and minerality. Otherwise, brace yourself for his wrath. Other than that, I quite enjoyed and agreed with most of what he said. Because frankly, I was falling asleep when Professor Maltman was showing us all these molecules and chemical compounds found directly associated with wine aroma. I mean, there's just no more effective way to turn someone off about wine. I mean, technicality kills passion. We should just all keep things simple. The last thing that really delighted me was the company of many winemakers from around the world. Some of them from New Zealand, some of them from Australia, and some of them from California. Almost all of them are eccentric. One of my favorites was Greg Gauthier from Bouchain Winery. What happened was, during reception, there was this section where all the winemakers are expected to pour wines for the guests from their respective tables. I was told to find this winemaker named Greg, who apparently needs some assistance. So I walked there and I saw this big bulky guy waving at me. And as soon as I got to his side, he started teaching me how to explain his wines. And after he's done, he's like, "Did you get all that?" I said, I think so. He said, "Cool. I'm just gonna catch up with my friends right there. I'll be right back." And that's pretty much the last time I saw of him. I mean, standing from my side of the table, that is. Otherwise, he was seen quite frequently, roaming around with a glass of wine in his hand, chatting, even flirting with the ladies I was pouring from his station. I kept looking around and saw I was the only volunteer pouring instead of the winemaker. And I remember thinking to myself, sneaky bastard. He's even better than me at slacking off. But it was all very fun. I got to pour on behalf of the winemaker, which some would say was a privilege. And eventually Bouchain came back and he handed me his business card and said, "Gabby, whenever you find yourself in Napa, just give me a call and I'll show you around." So it was all worth it. Overall, I've been incredibly grateful for this experience because, to be honest, being a young immigrant who are still bouncing around, looking for opportunities, it can be a little bit challenging sometimes. I4C not only gave me a pleasant diversion, it also showed me the possibilities available out there. It was what I needed at the time to continue my search. Now, I want to hear about your story. What interesting wine encounters have you had in the past? This could be anything. Please don't feel you're obligated to tell us about a specific bottle of a specific vintage, because as much as I love about wine, I am more drawn to it as a powerful medium that binds us together, that delivers a shared human experience rather than its prestige or hedonistic effect. if you know what I mean. However, that being said, if you have a really good story about how you impressed all your friends with a bottle of Burgundian Grand Cru or getting wild at a party, by all means fire it away. We're not here to judge, we're here to celebrate and to express ourselves. So please leave your input in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.